Once upon a time, Christopher Nolan decided to lay off Batman and throw us into a black hole. Not metaphorically, but scientifically. And it worked. Interstellar wasn't just another space film, it was a whole odyssey that wrapped us, at least me, in the fabric of general relativity. Today, I'm attempting to peel back the layers of this incredible film to look at how Nolan's team made theory the true star of the show. This is Gargantua, and what a name that is. It's the black hole that eats plot holes for breakfast. Nolan wanted realism, so he roped in theoretical physicist Kip Thorne, a man so incredibly smart that he probably solves equations in his dreams. Thorne's input meant the visuals weren't just CGI eye candy, they were the result of simulations based on Einstein's equations. The swirling light, that's due to gravitational lensing, where light bends around the black hole's intense gravity, making it look almost like a donut on steroids. Fun fact, the rendering process was so complex that some of the frames took over 100 hours to process. Imagine your laptop crashing mid-project for 3 months straight. My computer can't even begin to process a couple minutes worth of footage, so I don't know where that puts us technologically. The infamous water planet, you know, the one where every tick in the background equals a year on Earth, that's time dilation. Here's how it works. The closer you are to a massive object, like in this case Gargantua, the slower time moves for you. This is called gravitational time dilation, and it's not sci-fi, it's just physics. Einstein figured this out over a century ago in 1907. GPS satellites, for example, account for time dilation to keep you and your Google Maps from losing your marbles. But in Interstellar, 7 hours on the water planet meant 7 years back on Earth. Imagine leaving for a coffee break and, assuming you're around my age, coming back to find that your friends have kids and mortgages. Now let's talk wormholes, which are essentially hypothetical shortcuts through space-time, like cheat codes in a video game. If you ever casually find yourself folding space-time, you might make one, a wormhole that connects two distant points. Kip Thorne ensured that the wormhole in Interstellar looked scientifically plausible. Sadly, that means that there's no swirly blue vortexes with beautiful 2015 galaxy graphics here. Just a shimmering sphere that looks much like a crystal ball. In my opinion, this isn't just cooler, it's closer to what physicists think a wormhole could actually look like, assuming they exist and won't instantly obliterate you. So, before Interstellar flings us into a fifth dimension, it starts somewhere kind of familiar. There's a crumbling farmhouse, cornfields that like swaying in the breeze, and a beat-up truck that collects dust. It's not like the sleek, chromy-looking future we're used to in sci-fi. No, this old-timey setting serves a purpose though. It makes the stakes of the movie feel real. You can feel the desperation and the weight of a world running out of time. And I think this contrast is brilliant, because when the characters finally reach space, it feels like humanity is actually reaching for something bigger. Unlike other sci-fi movies, where they just reach space and that's the entire plot from there, there's no backing to it. Nolan uses this aesthetic to tie the grand science into something we can all relate to at home. So, all in all, Interstellar wasn't just a movie. It was a feat in blending storytelling with some actual science. It showed us that black holes aren't necessarily terrifying, although they really are. They can also be beautiful. That science doesn't have to be cold and strict like all the university professors make it seem like. It can also be profoundly human and creative. So next time, or the first time you watch Interstellar, remember to pay closer attention to how all of these little factors play out. I also believe it's a pretty good excuse to cry over black holes. That's just my opinion, though.